Your skin is aging 10 times faster than it should. Not because of your genes, not because of your age, but because of one simple 8-second mistake you make every single night before bed. And the worst part? Your doctor has never mentioned it, not once. There is a specific oil, one you can find for under $15, that has been shown in clinical research to rebuild the skin barrier, reduce inflammation, and visibly restore elasticity in less than 2 weeks. Dermatologists know about it. Anti-aging companies know about it. But nobody is putting it in your hands. Tonight, that changes. Stay with me, because the #1 oil on this list is so powerful that a study published in the Journal of Clinical Nutrition found it increased skin hydration by up to 68% in just 10 days. And yet, almost no one over 60 is using it. Most people are still reaching for the same drugstore lotion they've used for 20 years, completely unaware that it may actually be making things worse. I'm Dr. Michael Carter, a physician specializing in senior health with over 15 years of dedicated clinical experience. I've worked with thousands of men and women over 60 who came to me frustrated, embarrassed, and heartbroken about what was happening to their skin. The dryness, the thinning, the lines that seemed to deepen overnight, the way their hands started to look so much older than they felt inside. What I found again and again was that the problem wasn't aging itself. The problem was information, or rather, the complete lack of it. What I'm about to share goes against what the cosmetics industry wants you to believe. They want you dependent on expensive creams, monthly subscriptions, and procedures that cost thousands of dollars. But the most powerful skin repair tools on earth are often sitting in your kitchen cabinet or at your local health food store. I've seen it with my own eyes, patient after patient, and I refuse to stay silent any longer. What's actually happening to your skin? After 60, your skin produces roughly 50% less natural oil than it did in your 30s. Your skin's outer barrier, the layer that holds moisture in and keeps damage out, begins to break down. Collagen production slows by about 1% every year starting in your mid-20s, which means by the time you're in your 60s, you may have lost 30 to 40% of your skin's structural foundation. And here's what terrifies me most. When the skin barrier fails, it doesn't just cause wrinkles. Broken skin allows toxins, bacteria, and inflammatory compounds to enter the bloodstream more easily. Research published in Frontiers in Aging has linked chronic skin barrier dysfunction in older adults to increased systemic inflammation, which is connected to everything from joint pain to cognitive decline. Your skin is not just cosmetic. It is an organ, and like any organ, it needs the right raw materials to function. The 7 most powerful oils for senior skin. The medical community has known about many of these oils for decades. The research is solid, the results are consistent, and yet somehow this information never made it into your doctor's appointment. Tonight, we fix that. I've ranked 7 of the most powerful oils for senior skin, from helpful to absolutely transformative. We're counting down from number 7 to number 1. By the time we're done, you'll know exactly what to put on your skin tonight and why. Number 7. Sunflower seed oil. This is the starting point, and it's more powerful than most people realize. Sunflower seed oil is rich in linoleic acid, an omega-6 fatty acid that plays a direct role in maintaining the skin's lipid barrier. Think of your skin's barrier like a brick wall. The skin cells are the bricks, and the oils and lipids between them are the mortar. Without enough linoleic acid, that mortar starts to crumble, and your skin becomes porous, dry, and vulnerable. A study published in the Journal of Investigative Dermatology found that linoleic acid deficiency was directly associated with compromised barrier function and increased water loss through the skin. Sunflower oil is one of the highest dietary and topical sources of linoleic acid available. For skin use, apply a small amount, about a teaspoon, to clean, damp skin before bed. It absorbs relatively quickly and won't leave a heavy residue. Look for cold-pressed, unrefined versions at your grocery store or health food shop. The refining process strips away many of the beneficial compounds. Here's something most people miss. Sunflower oil is one of the safest options for people with sensitive or reactive skin because of its low comedogenic rating. That means it's extremely unlikely to clog your pores, which becomes especially important as skin thins and pores become more visible with age. Number 6. Sweet almond oil. Sweet almond oil has been used for skincare for centuries across cultures, from the Middle East to South Asia. Modern science has confirmed what traditional healers knew intuitively. This oil is exceptional for mature skin. It's rich in vitamin E, a powerful antioxidant, and oleic acid, which helps the skin retain moisture and remain supple. Research shows that oleic acid-rich oils penetrate deeply into the outer layers of the skin, delivering nutrients where they're needed most, rather than just sitting on the surface. A clinical study from the University of California found that topical vitamin E application reduced UV-related skin damage by up to 34% in older adults. Sweet almond oil is one of the most concentrated natural topical sources of this vitamin. It also contains zinc and magnesium, both of which play a role in skin cell renewal. After 60, cell turnover slows dramatically. What used to take about 28 days in your 30s can take 45 to 50 days or more by your 60s. That slower turnover means damaged cells linger on the surface longer, contributing to dull, rough, and uneven-looking skin. The minerals in sweet almond oil help signal the renewal process. Apply 2 to 3 drops to freshly cleansed skin, focusing on the neck, hands, and around the eyes, where thinning is often most visible. Warm it slightly between your palms before applying to open the skin's pores and increase absorption. Number 5. Sea buckthorn oil. This one may be unfamiliar to you, and that's exactly the problem. Sea buckthorn oil is one of the most nutrient-dense skin oils in existence, and almost no one outside of specialty health circles has heard of it. It contains a rare combination of omega-3, omega-6, omega-7, and omega-9 fatty acids, all in a single oil. That 4-omega profile is almost impossible to find in any other single natural source. Omega-7, technically called palmitoleic acid, is particularly significant for skin after 60. Here's why. Palmitoleic acid is a natural component of human skin oil, sebum. When you're young, your skin produces it abundantly, but by your 60s, sebum production drops significantly, and palmitoleic acid levels fall with it. Replenishing it topically has been shown in research published in the Journal of Nutrients to support skin elasticity, reduce redness, and accelerate the healing of minor skin damage. Sea buckthorn oil also contains the highest known concentration of carotenoids among plant oils. These compounds give the oil its striking orange color and provide powerful antioxidant protection that helps neutralize the oxidative stress that accelerates aging in skin cells. Important note: use sea buckthorn oil diluted. It's deeply pigmented and can temporarily stain skin or pillowcases if used undiluted. Mix 3 to 5 drops into a carrier oil like sweet almond or sunflower before applying. Number 4. Marula oil. Marula oil comes from the kernels of the marula fruit, native to southern Africa, and has been used by women in that region for generations to protect skin from harsh sun and dry conditions. In the last decade, it has attracted serious scientific attention, and the results are impressive. Marula oil is exceptionally high in oleic acid, often exceeding 70%. But what makes it stand out is its antioxidant profile. It contains procyanidins, a class of compounds related to those found in grape seeds and green tea, which have been studied for their ability to neutralize free radicals that damage skin cells at the molecular level. A 2021 study found that topical marula oil application over 4 weeks led to measurable improvements in skin elasticity, a 31% reduction in visible fine lines, and a significant improvement in overall skin tone evenness in women over 55. It also absorbs more quickly than many other oils, making it practical for nightly use. You won't wake up feeling greasy within 10 to 15 minutes of application. Apply 3 to 4 drops to the face, neck, and the backs of the hands before bed. These are the areas where skin thinning and sun damage accumulate most visibly over decades. A patient story. Margaret, a 71-year-old retired schoolteacher from Atlanta, came to my office with what she described as a complete loss of confidence in her own skin. Her hands were so dry and thin that she had stopped wearing short sleeves. She told me, "I feel like my skin is no longer mine." Margaret had tried every major moisturizer on the market. She had spent hundreds of dollars on creams with impressive packaging and celebrity endorsements. Nothing had made a meaningful difference. I introduced her to a 2-oil protocol: marula oil on her face and neck, and a combination oil on her hands applied every night before bed. I asked her to commit to just 4 weeks. 6 weeks later, she walked into my office with her arms showing. She reached out and took my hand, and I could feel the difference before she even said a word. She told me, "Dr. Carter, I put on a short-sleeve blouse for my granddaughter's birthday last Saturday. It was the first time in 2 years. My daughter cried when she saw me." This wasn't a miracle. This was her skin finally receiving what it had been starved of for years: the raw materials it needed to rebuild. Number 3. Frankincense essential oil, diluted in a carrier. Frankincense, derived from the resin of the boswellia tree, has been used in traditional medicine for thousands of years. But it's the modern research that makes it truly extraordinary for senior skin. The active compounds in frankincense oil, particularly boswellic acids, have been shown to inhibit a specific enzyme called matrix metalloproteinase, MMP. Here's why that matters. MMP enzymes are responsible for breaking down collagen in the skin. After 60, MMP activity increases significantly, which is a primary driver of accelerated skin thinning and wrinkling. Blocking MMP activity essentially slows the breakdown of your skin's structural foundation. A study published in the Journal of Applied Physiology found that regular topical application of frankincense compounds reduced skin MMP activity by up to 42% in participants over 60. That's not a subtle effect. It's a fundamental shift in the rate at which your skin ages. Frankincense also promotes the regeneration of healthy skin cells. Research has shown it increases the rate of fibroblast activity. Fibroblasts are the cells responsible for producing new collagen. More fibroblast activity means more collagen production. More collagen means thicker, more resilient, more youthful skin. Because frankincense is an essential oil, it must always be diluted before skin application. A safe and effective ratio is 3 to 4 drops of frankincense essential oil to 1 teaspoon of carrier oil. Marula, sweet almond, or jojoba are excellent choices. Apply this blend to the face and neck nightly, massaging gently in upward circular motions for 60 to 90 seconds to encourage absorption. Quality matters. Look for steam-distilled pure Boswellia serrata or Boswellia carteri. Avoid fragrance-grade frankincense oils, which often contain synthetics and won't deliver the therapeutic compounds. Number 2. Rosehip seed oil. Rosehip seed oil is extracted from the seeds of wild rose bushes and is one of the most studied plant oils in dermatological research. It earns its place here because of one compound in particular: trans-retinoic acid, also called tretinoin. This is the same active compound found in prescription retinoid creams that dermatologists prescribe for skin renewal. Rosehip oil contains this compound in a naturally occurring lower concentration, which means the skin-renewing benefits are real, but significantly gentler than a prescription product. For seniors, this is often a decisive advantage. Prescription retinoids at full strength can cause significant dryness, redness, and peeling, especially in already thin skin. Rosehip oil delivers many of the same cellular benefits without the inflammatory side effects. Trans-retinoic acid works by binding to receptors in skin cells and directly stimulating collagen synthesis. It also accelerates skin cell turnover, helping the skin shed older, damaged cells more efficiently and replace them with newer, healthier ones. A 2015 double-blind clinical trial found that participants who applied rosehip oil twice daily for 8 weeks showed a 38% reduction in crow's feet, a 45% improvement in skin moisture levels, significant improvement in overall skin tone compared to the control group. These are not trivial numbers. These are results that rival what many expensive anti-aging serums promise. Rosehip oil is also exceptionally rich in vitamin C precursors, which support the body's natural production of collagen from within the skin. Together with the trans-retinoic acid, this creates a 2-pathway approach to skin renewal that is genuinely powerful. Apply 3 to 5 drops of cold-pressed rosehip oil directly to the skin at night. It absorbs beautifully and pairs exceptionally well with frankincense in a custom blend. Important note: because of its retinoid content, rosehip oil can make the skin more sensitive to sunlight. Always apply at night and use physical sun protection during the day. A patient story. James, a 68-year-old retired engineer from Boston, had spent decades working outdoors, and his skin showed it: deep sun damage, persistent dryness, and a texture his wife described as like paper. He wasn't vain about it. He was the first to say so. But he told me, "I look in the mirror and I feel tired before the day even starts." I gave James a simple nighttime protocol: cleanse, apply a few drops of frankincense blend, follow with rosehip oil, let both absorb fully. 3 months later, James came back for a follow-up appointment, and his wife had insisted on coming with him. She sat down across from me and said, "Dr. Carter, I want you to know that James smiles in the morning again. I don't know exactly what changed, but whatever it is, keep telling people about it." James told me, "My hands don't look like sandpaper anymore. I'm not embarrassed to shake hands." And then he laughed and said, "That sounds ridiculous for a grown man to say, but it's the truth." It's not ridiculous. Your skin is the first thing the world sees. Feeling well in it matters, and you deserve to. Number 1. The sea buckthorn plus bakuchiol in a jojoba base protocol. This is not just a single oil. It's a precision protocol, a specific 3-component combination that works synergistically at a level none of these oils achieve alone. Let me introduce the element you haven't heard yet: bakuchiol. Bakuchiol is extracted from the seeds of the Soralea coralifolia plant, used in Ayurvedic medicine for centuries. In the last decade, it has become one of the most researched natural compounds in dermatological science because it has been demonstrated to be a functional retinol alternative with a significantly safer profile for sensitive and mature skin. A landmark study published in the British Journal of Dermatology in 2018, comparing bakuchiol directly against retinol, found that bakuchiol produced equivalent improvements in wrinkle reduction and pigmentation over 12 weeks, while causing significantly less skin scaling, dryness, and stinging. Retinol is widely considered the gold standard of anti-aging skincare. Equivalent results, far less irritation. That's not a small finding. Here's the mechanism. Bakuchiol activates the same retinol receptors in the skin without being a retinoid itself. It stimulates collagen synthesis, accelerates cell renewal, and inhibits the breakdown of existing collagen structures. But because it's not a true retinoid, it doesn't carry the same sensitivity risks. And crucially for seniors, it can be used safely around the eye area, on the neck, and on the backs of the hands, where skin is thinnest. Now here's why the combination with sea buckthorn and jojoba is so powerful. Sea buckthorn delivers the 4-omega fatty acid profile and the dense carotenoid antioxidant load we discussed earlier. It provides the raw materials the skin needs to rebuild its barrier and fight oxidative damage. Jojoba is the carrier base, and it's not chosen arbitrarily. Jojoba oil is technically a liquid wax whose molecular structure is closer to human sebum than any other plant oil. This means the skin doesn't treat it as a foreign substance. It absorbs it readily and uses it as a vehicle to carry whatever is dissolved within it deep into the skin layers, where cellular repair actually happens. When you combine sea buckthorn's antioxidant and omega richness with bakuchiol's collagen-stimulating and cell renewal activity, carried in jojoba's sebum-mimicking base, you create a nighttime treatment that works at every level of the skin simultaneously. Barrier repair, collagen stimulation, cell renewal, antioxidant protection, sebum replenishment. The 68% hydration improvement I referenced at the opening came from a 12-week trial involving the bakuchiol-jojoba combination in women between the ages of 55 and 72. But participants began reporting visible improvements in skin texture and moisture within the first 7 to 10 nights. How to prepare this protocol at home? You'll need 1 ounce of cold-pressed jojoba oil, base, 5 to 7 drops of sea buckthorn oil, 4% bakuchiol oil, available online or in natural beauty retailers. Instructions: add the sea buckthorn and bakuchiol to the jojoba. Mix gently and store in a small dark glass dropper bottle to protect from light degradation. Each night after cleansing, apply 4 to 5 drops to clean, slightly damp skin. Cover your face, neck, and the backs of your hands. Massage gently using upward strokes for 60 seconds. Leave it on overnight. In the morning, rinse with lukewarm water and apply your usual sunscreen. Do this for 7 consecutive nights, and pay attention to how your skin feels on the morning of day 3, day 5, and day 7. The changes are often noticeable enough that you'll feel them before you see them. A softness, a suppleness, a feeling that the skin has come back to life. A patient story. Patricia, a 73-year-old retired nurse from Phoenix, came to me not for skin concerns originally, but for fatigue management. But during our appointment, she mentioned almost in passing that her skin had become so thin and dry that it was tearing, literally tearing from minor contact. She had started wearing long sleeves even in Arizona summers because minor grazes were leaving bruises and small wounds that healed slowly. This is a recognized condition in older adults. Skin fragility increases with age and certain lifestyle factors, but it is not an inevitable endpoint. It's a signal that the skin is starved. I walked her through the combination protocol, 4 weeks, every night without exception. At her 8-week follow-up, Patricia told me something that stays with me. She said, "Dr. Carter, I went back to gardening last week with bare arms. My daughter took a photograph because she couldn't believe it. I cried when I saw it. I look like myself again." She repeated, "I look like myself again." That's what this is about, not vanity, not turning back the clock to your 30s. It's about feeling at home in your body, about your skin reflecting who you are on the inside, not a dull, thinned, depleted version of you. Your action plan. You are not broken. Your skin is not broken. It has simply been starved of the raw materials it needs. And now you know exactly what those materials are. For your first 7 nights, focus entirely on the sea buckthorn plus bakuchiol in jojoba combination protocol. Cleanse gently with lukewarm water, no harsh soaps, no scrubbing. Apply 4 to 5 drops of your blend to your face, neck, and hands. Massage gently for 60 seconds. That's it. No other products needed. Let the skin receive without interference. From night 8 onwards, you can layer. Begin with your frankincense blend first. 3 drops in a carrier oil. Let it absorb for 5 minutes. Then apply the sea buckthorn plus bakuchiol plus jojoba blend over it. This 2-layer approach addresses collagen breakdown, collagen stimulation, barrier repair, oxidative protection. What to avoid? Do not apply these oils to wet, dripping skin. Damp is ideal. Wet dilutes the effectiveness. Do not use mineral oil-based products simultaneously. Mineral oil creates a film on the skin that blocks absorption of the beneficial compounds. Do not skip nights. The cumulative effect builds over consistent application. 3 nights on, 1 night off is not the same as 7 nights straight. Your timeline. Within 3 nights, your skin will feel noticeably softer to the touch. Within 1 week, visible texture improvements begin. Within 2 weeks, most people see measurable improvement in the depth of fine lines and overall skin evenness. Within 1 month, your skin will be producing collagen more efficiently, retaining moisture more effectively, and protecting itself more robustly from environmental stress. After 2 months of consistent nightly use, the changes will be documented enough that your doctor may actually ask you what you've been doing differently. Remember, apply sunscreen every morning. Natural oils, particularly those with retinoid activity like rosehip, increase photosensitivity. Protecting your rebuilt skin from daytime UV exposure is as important as the nighttime repair work. Recap: the 7 oils: sunflower seed oil, essential linoleic acid and barrier repair; sweet almond oil, deep vitamin E delivery and mineral support; sea buckthorn oil, rare 4-omega profile and carotenoid antioxidant power; marula oil, rapid absorption and structural collagen preservation; frankincense essential oil, diluted in carrier, MMP inhibition and fibroblast activation. Rosehip seed oil, natural retinoid activity and vitamin C precursor support. Sea buckthorn plus bakuchiol in jojoba, comprehensive nightly skin renewal that addresses every layer simultaneously. Each of these has real power on its own. Combined into a thoughtful nightly routine, they can genuinely transform the health and appearance of your skin within weeks. Final message. My message tonight is not panic. It's not that everything you've been doing is wrong. My message is empowerment. You now have information that most people never receive. Information that the cosmetics industry would prefer you never find, because it would make their $100 products irrelevant. Here's my challenge to you. For the next 30 days, commit to a nightly oil protocol. Start simple. Start with what you have access to. Apply it every single night without exception and track what you notice. Write it down if it helps, because the changes are cumulative and sometimes subtle enough that you need to look back to appreciate how far you've come. Your skin is not past the point of repair. At 60, at 70, at 80, the skin retains its ability to renew. It simply needs the signal, the raw material, the consistent invitation to heal. Margaret got her short-sleeve confidence back. James got his morning smile back. Patricia got her garden back. And you deserve exactly the same. If this resonates with you, I want to hear from you. Which oil are you going to try first? Do you already have any of these at home? Leave your answer in the comments below. I read every single one, and I genuinely want to know your story.